Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to another breaking episode of Steelers War Room. And we've got our third pick. The trade back happened from pick 80 to 93, acquired 132 as well with the Steelers. They moved up originally, remember, in round one to get to 14. We traded 17 and 120. So this is beautiful work from Omar Khan in the front office to move back in the draft. But acquire a fourth round pick again. Looks like I'll be breaking news at 2 and 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, my time. But Darnell Washington, the tight end, the big tight end out of Georgia, becomes a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's about 260 to 270 pounds, depending on his current weight at the moment, but also like which reports you read. 6'7". He's ginormous. He's a combo between a tight end and a sixth tackle when he's on the list. He actually, as well, was one of the only players left. The five on you can see on the screen right now are the players that were left for day two on the Steelers Fits draft board that I had put. Now, Jalen Duncan I'd only had there if we had missed out on Broderick Jones. Darnell Washington's there. He's the top tight end on the board. So fantastic from the Steelers to pick him up at 93. Now, a lot of people had him up as high as 32. He has slipped down at least, almost 2 rounds now. The rumor going around the NFL circles and social media and all the rest of it is that Darnell Washington, there's concerns about his knees. He doesn't have to be Pat Freiermuth. He doesn't even have to start, in the first few games of the season with Zach Gentry. They've re-signed him. So really, this is an opportunity for Darnell Washington to get healthy. And when he can get right, look out. He fits Matt Canada's scheme. He's a really good blocking tight end as well. Really looking forward to having him as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Now, Sports Reference have him at 774 yards during his college career, averages 7.2 yards a reception, averaged 23 yards in 2020, averaged 16.2 yards in 2022. He only has 3 TDs according to them. Usually that's something that Sports Reference and PFF don't change on, so there's those 3 TDs. But remember, that it's not necessarily the offense that Georgia ran. Has 45 plays in total from the line of scrimmage for those 774 yards. So all of that receiving, he's never done anything in the rushing game, but look at the size of him. That is not something you're going to see. Now, one thing I wanted to also talk you through, some PFF grades. Now, some people don't like them, some people do, but I like looking at the blocking grades because there's no other real metric that you get a lot of the time out of these college guys as well. So 671 blocking snaps in 2022, 315 in 2021, and 326 in 2020. Of those, 505 plays of those 1,300 were pass blocking snaps, and then 735 were run blocking gaps. His offensive grade in 2022 was a 85.7, a 72.6 in 2021, and in 2020 it was a 68.9, but he only played I think it was a handful of games in 2020. His pass block grade was a 78.3 this past season. His passing grade overall, so that includes whether he was a receiver or a blocker, was a 78.3. His pass block was a 78.4, and his run block was an 81.3. So he's actually a better run blocker. He did have 5 penalties when blocking, so that's something that's going to have to change. He had 1 in 2021 and 2 in 2020. When you look at his games, he's pretty similar through most games. He had really good games against Mississippi in 2022, LSU, Oregon, Samford. So yeah, it something gives you a good sort of understanding of what he's done from a blocking perspective. Overall, from an offensive perspective, as I said, 774 yards, the 3 TDs. He basically, in terms of his slot, lines up about 25 to 30% in the slot of his snaps. Lined up wide only 15 snaps in 2022. So he's an inline guy where he played 66.1% of his snaps in 2022, and he's played 66.2% in his whole career. So definitely is an inline blocking tight end. He's not a flex guy. You look at the size, as I said, he's closer to a 6th lineman on the team as well. So kind of interesting there. Good yak yardage, 201 yards in yak in 2022, 7.2 average, 7.5 average in 2021, had a 9.3 average in 2020. So career average in college of 77.6 yak. that's pretty cool. So an average depth of target was about 10 yards each season. The other thing that I really liked about him, he's catching traffic. He's had about 5 catches in 2022, 4 in 2021, 5 in 2020. But I like his drop percentage being really low. Only 6.7% in 2022, 9% in 2021, and 22.2% in 2020. But as I say, not too many snaps there. Had 22 first downs. So he is a playmaker. 22 first downs in 2022. So not too bad there. Only 2 drops on the season, only 5 drops in his whole college career. So welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Darnell Washington. It's now about getting right, getting healthy, and then you can make a difference for the Pittsburgh Steelers.